everyone, and welcome back. I'm recording this on Sunday right before classes start, and I wanted to just real quick get this video out to you because I've been getting quite a few questions in my inbox about Canvas Studio, specifically working with the media. So I have to admit, in doing this, I'm finding some of the glitchiness of it as you are maybe finding in your own work. So let me just state two things about it first. We do recommend that you use Google Chrome for all of your work in Canvas Studio, and really we've heard in Canvas. So one of these issues actually you can't deal with if you're in, say, Safari or a similar browser. So again, Canvas Studio will store media in your Studio tab. You can also have that enabled for your class if you want students to have access. What I'll be doing today is working with a module, and specifically a page within a module, to try to show you what's happening with this Canvas Studio video issue. And if any of you out there, Treva or others, have a workaround for any of this, you could let me know. I've searched the internet and can't find a lot of good information about specifically working with a video once it's already embedded in your page within your modules. So as an example, if I go to these two videos that are embedded in this here, you'll actually discover that if I click on it, it will start playing the video, which is fine. We want that to happen when the page is published in your modules. But unfortunately, you cannot select it. You cannot, at least in my computer here, I'm running this on a Mac. I can't do anything to select this as I typically would be able to, say, with a YouTube video. I could select it and delete it and even move it around the page. So this could be a functionality issue within Canvas Studio in terms of how they have their scripting set up, how this is written. So currently, I have no way really to do anything with these videos on the Rich Content Editor page. One option, again, this is only in Safari, that I would have to do this. I could select this. You can always do Command A on your keyboard, hit your delete key on your keyboard, hit save, and you'll see the videos do disappear. Okay, so that is one option if you're in Safari. Again, the Rich Content Editor, from what I've found, will not allow you to move the videos around or even delete them. So you'd have to go to the HTML editor. Now, if we go to Chrome, we actually do get the option to do a delete within the Rich Content Editor. So let's go back to our test video page that I've set up here. And like many of you, I'm working here on Sunday to finalize some stuff. I know many of us are doing last-minute adjustments. Again, if you want to insert a video in any module page, click on Canvas Studio, the blue V, and then you can select the media. So let me just add one of my videos. I'll hit save here, and you'll see the video will appear. And the formatting of the videos in Canvas Studio is really excellent because you can click on these tabs for insights, comments, captions, and so forth. So that's really good just in terms of having this available. You can make a comment at a particular section, and then the students can jump to that. They can make comments. It's a really good interactive format. So I have to be honest with you, I would take some of this wonky functionality with editing and deleting videos here in a module page over having these go away, because I think these are really great. So you could see the video is appearing here fine. Now when I go to edit, again, I'm in Chrome. Keep this in mind. In this particular case, I still, if I click it, it's just going to play the video. So again, it's not like in other examples. And let me just show you that real quick. I'll show you how I deleted it. Let me just quickly insert a video in YouTube. Once you put your keyword in there, hit the return key, and then it'll populate with your choices. So let me embed two of those. So again, these are YouTube, not Canvas Studio. Now let's just see, for the heck of it, can I move these around on a page if I want to? And really that is not allowable. Now I know I've done this before. I can delete. If I put my cursor there, it should allow me to delete. It actually deleted both of them. So I think what we're seeing here is that with any kind of video, maybe because of how it creates that video here and embeds it in here, it is not necessarily the easiest thing to do to move. Like in that case, if I had two videos, I wanted to move the bottom to the top, not super easy to do. That is certainly the case in Canvas Studio. So let's go back to our browser and we'll add two videos this time. You will see a cursor appear at the bottom of it. It appears here. If I hit the back button, it allows me to delete it. Okay, so that's something we didn't see. I'm going to hit undo there. That's something we didn't see in the case of Safari. So you could put your cursor at the bottom of the page, hit the back button, and that would delete the video. If we hit save, you'll see the video here. Again, we are within Chrome working, so my video appears. If I want to delete it in this case, I could do that cursor thing. I could also hit select A for all, and it should also allow me to delete it. I would hit save, and the video is gone. Now, the other method will also work, and that is the method we had to use in Safari, which is the delete HTML code. So we'll do this one more time. We'll hit save. The video will appear. If I want to delete it using the HTML editor, I'm in rich content, just click on HTML. You could select all, delete that, and all that information is gone, the embedding of the video. So it is your choice in terms of how to do this. Again, you don't have a lot of options once you get into Canvas Studio in terms of a module page, moving videos around on a page. So deleting, I think you have that figured out now. You could delete with the HTML editor. You could delete selecting all, put your cursor at the bottom, hit the delete key, hit save. Your video will be deleted. All you have to do then is load Canvas Studio again using the blue V, select your video, and that will again appear. Always hit save because Canvas will forget that if you don't. Okay, so I think we're gaining some really good functionality here with like the social commentary that you get on your videos versus being able to move things around on a page. With images, it's the same thing. You certainly have ability to move some things around, edit things. Anytime you go to the HTML editor on anything, Scott Valentine was talking about this with hover over alt tabs or alt codes rather, alt text for some of your images. The functionality is always more powerful if you do HTML editing. Now, if you're not good at that, if you don't want to mess with HTML code, the best bet is don't even mess with that except for maybe selecting all this to delete if you want to get rid of a video the way that we're talking about. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is if you did have two videos on this page, if you can figure out your start and end, and you can typically do this by looking at here the code for the external tool, which is for Canvas Studio, and the specific media. If you had two of these listed, you could theoretically copy and paste, and that should change the order for you. But again, if you don't want to do that and just stick to the rich content editor, you don't have that many choices. So for deleting, select all, put your cursor at the bottom. Sometimes if you hit the return key, it'll do that. I think in this case, I hit the return key and it deleted it. So that's probably your best bet. Again, using Google Chrome is going to give you a little more functionality. If you try doing what I just did in Safari, as I showed you earlier, the only way to delete that Canvas Studio video is to go to the HTML editor, select all, hit delete, save, and it'll be gone. Kind of weird workaround. Again, if any of you have any different things you've discovered in this, reply all to this email today, and we can, as a community, kind of problem solve this, because it's not the best in terms of just working with media once it's in the page. Now let me get to the second question that came up today, and thank you for sending these my way. So one of you asked, if I want to have this video page, and I've already populated in here, I've gone to the Canvas Studio editor, and I've put two videos in, and we can do that just for the sake of looking at this. And again, it's not super easy. It takes up a lot of the screen, but look, my cursor's right there, so it should allow me to do a second video on the same page. I'm going to recommend you not do it this way for some of these reasons. So let me embed a second video. I'll hit save, and you'll see we should have 2 stacked videos. So personally, I think this is kind of messy. I haven't put in anything like a line or a delimiter to graphically indicate the difference between these two. I mean, there is the bar here that indicates 2 different videos, but I think it looks pretty messy. I just don't think it's good to have, from a content organization standpoint, 2 videos on one page. If you're doing YouTube, I think it's a little easier to put headings in with text or graphic delineators and then put in the smaller videos. Because these take up so much of the page for that social commentary that you get, which is really useful, it really does present challenges if you're doing more than one video on a page. So here's my recommendation. I would go in and delete my second video. If I can get my cursor at the bottom here. You can see the challenge of this. I can't even, in this case, get my cursor at the bottom. I just deleted both videos. Okay, so let me go back and put in one video here. And you can see just working with that there, it's not a really easy graphic interface to work with. So this is why we kind of have to design some of these workarounds, at least how I'm reading and understanding this. So instead of putting a second video on this test video, let me do this. Let me go back to my module structure wherever I want this. I will add a second video. Again, I just would create a page. If you create everything in your pages, obviously you can then move things around within modules, which is, we always recommend, do everything in modules. Don't have your students read pages because they're undifferentiated content that you haven't put in any order and will actually confuse students in your class. So what I recommend is making sure that it's disabled. If the page is disabled on your navigation, it'll have this icon here because students will be confused by seeing all these pages without any rhyme or reason to them. So let me go to test video 2. At this point, I'll insert my second video here using Canvas Studio, using the browser. Add it here, hit embed, and we'll save and publish it. So now, when I go back to my module structure, you're going to see each of these 2 pages has their own video, right? So here's test video 1. We can see that, different video. Here is test video 2. Entirely different video. Okay, so these are their own units of content. If I wanted to, I could, type it certainly at the top of the page. Usually it's easier if you do this first. You're seeing here, because I can't move this around, I can't even get my cursor here. Okay, so what I'd want to do is type my instructions first, then go to external tools, put the video in. As you can see, I'm not really able to do anything. I can't even put text at the top, and I bet if I hit the return key, it'll delete the video. I'll undo that. So not really great in terms of just the functionality here. I actually don't want to lose my video, but I have to go back and repopulate it. Here, I think it was this one, right? Okay, hit embed. So if I don't insert that text before I insert the video, I'm kind of out of luck, right? So I could delete it, insert the text first, hit a hard return or 2, then go to your external tool and insert that. So once I've got that all set, I have my 2 videos. What I'm going to then do is, if I need to move test video 2 to come for my students before test video 1, I simply move the module. Keep in mind, on module structures, the change is immediate and you don't have to. There isn't an option to hit save at the bottom. So I think that's going to be a better option for you. Don't put, in my recommendation, 3 different Canvas Studio videos on one content page in Canvas, because you're not going to have much luck trying to rearrange those videos. I also think graphically it's a little messy for our students if you do that. So my recommendation would be 1 Canvas video per page in a module, as I'm doing here. And then all I have to simply do to adjust this is change the placement of the page within the module. So that's it. I just wanted to mention this because I got a couple questions here on Sunday, and thank you for sending those to me, because it's the kind of thing I could try to problem solve, connect with others, and hopefully figure out a solution here. So if any of you have any other ideas about this, feel free to comment via email, reply all, or comment on my YouTube page where this video appears, and we can get any messaging out tonight if anything changes in terms of working with your videos in Canvas Studio, specifically putting those in a page within modules. So good luck finishing up your classes tonight, and I'll be back with more videos in the future.